Hello, and welcome to my predictions video for Impact Wrestling's Bound for Glory event that takes place tonight. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. I actually watched one whole episode of Impact to have some idea what I'm talking about. I don't think it helped, but let's see how it goes. I'm going to be working up the Wikipedia list of matches because the world title match is listed at first, and I feel like that's likely to be the main event. So, therefore, I will just work in reverse order up the list. Starting with the Monsters Ball match. PCO versus Rhino versus Steve Macklin versus Moose. This should be a lot of fun, a lot of carnage. Realistically, anyone could win and no one will look bad for not having won. So that makes it quite hard to predict, in my opinion. But Moose is currently holding the briefcase for a future Impact World Championship match. So I'm just going to pick Moose. I think Moose has the most to gain from a win here, looking strong going into a World Championship program. So yeah, I'm going to pick Moose, but there's not a lot of reason. This is utter chaos waiting to happen. Could go pretty much any way. But yes, Moose. That's Moose that I'm going to pick. Next, the Impact Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match. MK Ultra, which is Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich, defending against Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz. So the only real clue we got about this match on Impact was a promo with MK Ultra, from what I can remember. That doesn't tell me a whole lot. I don't know, Deonna Purrazzo. I don't know much about how this team of Deonna Purrazzo and Tasha Steelz has come together. But I feel like it's come together more recently than MK Ultra and doesn't have a proper team name and yada yada yada. This is difficult though, because I feel like Deonna's one of those people that's always but quite strong in Impact, and if she's not got plans to be in the world title picture, the Knockouts world title picture, maybe having the tag titles for a bit could be in her future. However, I am going to select. I don't know why. I just feel like MK Ultra are going to retain here. So I am gonna choose MK Ultra to retain, but I don't really know why. It's just kind of a toss-up. Okay, up next, we've got the Rascals, the reunited Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Wasn't one of them, like, released from NXT for being problematic in some description or other? Something like that. Anyway, they are the current Impact World Tag Team Champions. They're defending against ABC, which is Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Apparently of Bullet Club. I don't know how closely aligned they actually are. And apparently this is Chris Bay's Feast or Fire Tag Team title match that he won during that match. Which is a really cool concept. I do like that concept. I think, again, I think all we got here was a promo with ABC. But I think they could potentially put the titles back to ABC here. I'm gonna go for a tag title change on this one. Just yesterday I did a watch along of Bound for Glory 2013, and I think every single title changed hands. Now, TNA 2013 and Impact 2023 are two very different companies. Don't get me wrong, but like, I think TNA and Impact have always seen these big shows, especially Bound for Glory, as a really good chance to like start something new up. So yeah, I'm gonna say they win back the tag titles because they are obviously former tag champions. ABC to win. Up next, the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. It's a 20-person intergender gauntlet. The winner receives a trophy and a contract they can use anytime within 1 year for a championship match of their choosing. So it's a gauntlet that's money in the bank. Only 15. Hang on, let me just double check that. I counted it before I started recording, but that's 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, only 15 names announced out of the 20, so there'll be some surprises. So it's sort of like the Royal Rumble meets Money in the Bank, which is fun. I don't think a surprise entrant is necessarily going to win, and even if they were, how would I ever predict that? So I might as well predict from the 15 in the match. So I'm going to eliminate some names. I don't think Bully Ray's going to win it. I don't think Joe Hendry's going to win it, as fun as that would be. Isn't Shera just Champagne Sing's like muscle kind of thing at the moment, or is that relationship ended? I don't know. They weren't on Impact this week. But maybe not Shira either because of that. Maybe not Jake something. Dirty Dango's just turned heel, I believe, so he'd be a good shout. Kazarian just got a big win over Eddie Edwards, so I think maybe not Kaz. Weirdly, like counterintuitive logic, but that's how wrestling works sometimes. Like Kaz already looks good. There's no harm in like Eddie Edwards eliminating him or them teaming. Ooh, maybe one of them could win and they team up because Kazarian was talking about how they have to, excuse me, they have to respect each other, and he was trying to beat that into Eddie Edwards. So that could be a fun way to go with it, I guess. Of course, one of the knockouts could always win and go after the knockouts title, or try and go after the men's world title and just do the who was it who did it? Tessa Blanchard. Do the Tessa Blanchard thing. This is tricky. Brian Myers would be fun because he's in the team with Moose, who also has a world title match, so they could do something fun with that, but I don't think they're going to go that way. I'm going to go with, for me, this is between Kenny King, Jordan Grace, maybe Eddie Edwards, Eric Young, Dirty Dango. I'm going to go Dirty Dango. He's just turned heel. Maybe he gets some help. Maybe he picks up the win. But he's just got his new group of people, hasn't he? I think he turned heel by using them. But yeah, I'm going to go with Dirty Dango. Why not? That could be fun. Up next, we have Trinity defending the Knockouts World Championship against Mickie James, who there was no mention of her career being on the line. Now, even when I thought Mickie James' career might still be on the line, they might still be doing that gimmick, I thought Trinity might be a good pick, honestly, because she's like... Excuse me. She's not like some unknown who it would feel unrealistic, her ending Mickie James's entire career. But she's also like not in that upper echelon of women's wrestlers, and retiring Mickie James could have bumped her up into that. But there's been no mention of Mickie James's career being on the line here. I think the one thing that was super interesting was, didn't Mickie James say something about winning at all costs, or, you know, do anything to win or something? And quite often that precedes a heel turn and successful win. So I'm sort of tempted to pick Mickie James here, but for some reason my gut's pulling me towards Trinity. So yeah, I'm going to go Trinity, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Mickie James heel turn and victory. So I won't count it as my prediction, but I called it. I called it if it happened specifically like that. Up next, the Impact X Division Championship. Chris Sabin defending against Kenta. This one, I love Kenta. He's one of my favourite wrestlers. It feels fairly cut and dry. Kenta's not an Impact guy. I know they have that working relationship with New Japan and what have you, but I just think they're going to keep the X Division title in Impact. So Chris Sabin's going to retain, is my opinion on that. But, you know, who knows? Weirder things have happened, and I would not be upset to see Kenta win the title, put it that way. I think that's going to be a hell of a match. Going to be lots of fun. Up next, speaking of New Japan, we've got Will Ospreay taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. No title on the line. I think Will Ospreay is still the United States / United Kingdom champion in New Japan, right? But yeah, no title on the line, just a dream match, a Speedy Boy dream match. I think Will Ospreay probably wins this. As much as Mike Bailey's the home talent and what have you, I just think Will Ospreay is considered at least one tier, maybe a few tiers above Mike Bailey in terms of the wrestling pecking order. So I think a really competitive loss can still really benefit Mike Bailey. And I know Mike Bailey has beaten Will Ospreay. Was it the Battle of Los Angeles? I think Ospreay said he'd lost to Mike Bailey. I know he's beaten before, but this feels like a different Will Ospreay. That was probably quite a few years ago. So yeah, I'm going to go with Will Ospreay. And finally, the main event for the Impact World Championship. Got Alex Shelley defending against Josh Alexander. They had like the sit-down chat where they started getting personal and taking jabs at each other and exchanging barbs, and ended up Alex Shelley going to Josh Alexander and brawling about it. Shelley's doing like this unhinged thing, and I think that's a lot of fun. Also, there was a telling line in it about being a transitional champion. And I feel like after you've had both people bring up the chance for the champion to be a transitional champion, if you then do make them a transitional champion, that's not really that helpful for them. Now, Alex Shelley's got nothing to worry about with his legacy, but you know, I think he would benefit from a win here, and he can. He looks like he's going like full on heel with this, so he can cheat, he can do something scummy. He could even lose by disqualification or count out and keep the title, which would be really anticlimactic if it's the main event, though. But yeah, I think Alex Shelley possibly wins this one. But again, not confident. So I'm going to run through my predictions top to bottom and talk about any that I'm actually confident about. So I've got Moose winning the Monsters Ball match. Not confident. MK Ultra retaining the Knockouts World Tag Team Championship. Not confident. ABC taking the Impact World Tag Team Championships from the Rascals. Not super confident, but a bit more confident. Dirty Dango to win the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Not particularly confident. Trinity to retain against Mickey James. Not very confident. Chris Sabin defending against Kenta successfully. I'm fairly confident, but that probably means that'll be wrong. Will Ospreay beating Mike Bailey. Again, fairly confident, but might be wrong. And then Alex Shelley successfully defending the World Championship against Josh Alexander. Not very confident. So, let me know your predictions in the comments. Let me know what you agree with and disagree with that I said and why. Like, why I'm wrong. And share with your friends if you think they'd like to get involved in the conversation. Also, subscribe if you're new here. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I will be doing a review of this show where I talk about how I did in my predictions. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you can check that out. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been EBEZA, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.